Right then, we're going to follow this on with the controls lesson. Okay, so once you've set out you've done the personal greeting, you've clarified the lesson, and then you're going to go on to driving to the training area. Okay, you have said to him that you're going to explain about the steering. Okay, that's what I'm going to show you just now, how to do that. Okay, so you've done your plan of action, all that's set. And what I would do is go through my cockpit drill, because that's what you're going to introduce to him. You're going to introduce the cockpit drill once you swap seats. Okay, so just quite briskly going through it, you're just talking yourself through it. So the idea is you just get him to keep an eye on you and watch what you do, because he's going to be doing the same thing when you swap over. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do next, and we'll go into roll. I'll play the part of the two people, the instructor and the learner if necessary, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, so I'm going to go into roll. I'm going to start that off by going through my cockpit drill. Right then, John, what we're going to do next is drive off to the area. Okay, we're going to carry out the controls lesson. Now, we're going to go through the cockpit drill when we swap over, and I've got to do mine just now. Okay, so if you just keep an eye on what I'm doing, I'm just going to explain a little bit what I'm going to do. So this is what you're going to do when we swap seats. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is we check our doors. Okay, so we check the doors are closed. You can give that one a wee tug as well. Excellent, so we know the doors are closed, and you can tell by looking in the mirror that the back doors are closed as well, because the bodywork is all nice and flush. Okay, so that's how to check that the other ones are closed as well. Okay, so once we check the doors are closed, we hit the handbrakes on. Okay, so anytime you come into the car, you jump in, make sure the door are closed, you check the handbrake, make sure that's secure. Okay, and then you've got your seat. Okay, so there's three bits to the seat. We've got the base, yeah, there we are. We've got the upright, okay, and we've got the height. Okay, so we have to make sure that we can reach all our controls. So we adjust the base of it, seat, steering, that's it, and we add height as well. Okay, happy with that. Seat, steering, and then our seat belt. Okay, so we can put our seat belts on together. So if you just do what I do, it's just with your right hand, I'm going to use my left, but with your right hand, put your hand down and grab the buckle. There we are. Okay, got it there. Okay, and then with your right hand, or with your, let me see, with your left hand, that's it. With the other hand, grab it there. Okay, and just pull that through and put it into its little socket there. There we are. So you can do that. Now if you wanted to release it, you would hold on to it, push the button, and then feed that back through. Okay, so you want to try that? Hold on to it first, that's it, then push the button and then feed it back through. And the reason we do that is so when you push the button, it doesn't swing back and maybe smash the window. Okay, so again, we can try that, putting that on again. Do you want to try putting that on? That's it. There we are, into the socket. That's it, excellent. I have mine on as well, so there we are. We feed that through into the socket. Get what we tag. Make sure there's no twist on it as well. Okay, so that's our seat belt, and then we've got our mirrors. Okay, and we'll explain a bit more about the mirrors as we get to the area. Okay, but I've got three of them. I've got the middle one here, and again, I hold it, yeah, either like that or like that, but usually just with the one hand. Okay, and not touching the glass. And then you've got the door mirrors as well, and you've got the wee console here, so we have to actually turn the ignition on, and then we've got that wee slidey switch there. Okay, so across the left for left, and then you use the keypad to adjust it. Okay, so that looks all pretty good, and we'll explain a bit more about what you can see when we get there. To the right hand side, and then make sure that's positioned correctly, and again explain a bit more of that when we get there. And then from there, we're going to put it into the middle, and that's it, set there. So that's our cockpit drawer. So we've got four aspects. So we've doors, handbrake, your three S's, seat, steering, seatbelt, and then the mirrors. Okay, so D, H, triple S, and M. That's the idea of the cockpit drawer. And again, we're going to discuss that more when we reach the area. Okay, so check to make sure the handbrake's on and the gear lever's neutral before we start the engine, and then we can turn that on. Okay, now I'm going to drive off to the area. I'm going to explain a bit about the steering. Okay, so as we explain about the steering, I want you to watch what I do. Okay, so I'm going to get the car ready to go. Okay, I'm checking all around, and as I start to move off, I'm going to go to the left. Okay, so my hand's at 10 to 2. Okay, on the clock face, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, okay? And we're using the pull-push method. We're pulling and pushing. So as I start to move, I'm going to move out from the parking bay, I'm going to pull down with my left and push up with my right. Pull down with my left and push up with my right. Okay, and my hands are always synchronized, so as one's pulling, the other's pushing, and they are always have option. So pulling down with my right, pushing up with my left, pulling with my right, pushing with my left, and then when it's nice and straight, again 10 to 2 is where you want to do it. And you've got to look where you want to go. Okay, so I'm going round the bend, pulling down with my right, pushing up with my left, pulling and pushing, and then bringing that forward. Okay, and then we're going to go up to the T-junction and we're going to turn right. Okay, so I'm making sure everything's safe. I'm looking well ahead because that's what helps me actually know where to go. So if you look where you want to go, you'll go there. So pulling and pushing, pulling and then pulling and then pushing up. Okay, so again, looking well ahead, making sure I can see what's happening. And if I look where I want to go, that's where I steer. So you've got your near, middle and far distance. Yeah, so you're scanning the road near, middle and far. Okay, so a wee bit more of that now. As I turn round the next junction, I'm going to be pulling with my right because I'm going to the right, pushing with my left, pulling with my right, and then when I break it straighten up again, it's the same thing. So again, pulling down with my right and then pushing back up to get it nice and straight. Okay, and your hands are again at either 10 to 2, 9 to 3, or 5 to 7. They're always synchronized across from each other. Okay, so again, just a couple more. I'm going to go left this time, so I'm going to pull down with my left and push up with my right, pull down with my left, and then pushing back with the left, pulling with the right, and it's just that sequence that you're doing all the time. Okay, so you're gripping with one hand and sliding with the other. Grip and slide, grip and slide. Okay, and we're just going to pull up in a safe and convenient place, and this is where we're going to swap over. Okay, so there we go. That's what you'd want to do about your steering. Okay, so by going nice and slow, that allows you to steer properly. What people tend to do is they go too fast, and before they know it, they're out past the roundabout and they've not had any word about their steering. And then when they do it too fast, you can't actually see it because your hands just kind of go back and forth and back and forth. So the idea is if you do it nice and slow, they can actually see the steering, and that's the whole purpose of the exercise, that you can see, or they can see what you're doing. If it's just up and down like that, they don't really know what you're doing. Okay, so that's what you do with your steering. Okay, thanks very much.